What's going on, guys? This is KDA, back again with another Final Fantasy related news. Today is very different because I'm not gonna talk about game toys or ACG. Neither am I going to talk about any 6th scale Final Fantasy related content. Before you exit this video, don't worry, because it's still gonna be Final Fantasy related. Today, we're going to talk about a more controversial, unpopular topic, which is why you should buy the Final Fantasy VII Bring Arts line. To follow up, I will also be introducing my method of handling the QC issues on my figures, which instantly made them one of my top few favorite figures in my collection. To start off, I've noticed that due to the bad QC issues caused by the first 4 waves, not a lot of collectors are hyped up for the later releases, which is definitely understandable if you encountered frustrations with the joints being loose or arms and legs constantly popping off.
And then this part came off a few times already.
Going out, but it's too loose, it's too floppy, the joints just pop off too easily.
For Final Fantasy VII, and my dumb ass, luckily I didn't get this off of BBTS. Look, it just falls fucking apart, whatever fucking reason. But he is a floppy goddamn mess. He is a floppy fucking mess.
Still, I am beyond excited that Square Enix announced that they will be making the Turks, and not just the treatment they did with Players Kai, where they only made Rufus, Reno, and Rude. This time round, they also made Sang and Elena, which allow me to finally have the full Turks team in my collection. I know, Players Kai also announced that they will be making Elena, but it will be another year or so if we ever see Sang announced in Players Kai form, and an extra year for them to actually release the figure. Finally, on to the topic, why you should collect the Final Fantasy VII Bring Arts line. To bring out the obvious, Square Enix owns the license to the Final Fantasy VII brand, and there's no other option of another 6-inch line for us consumers to choose. Even if we somehow are blessed with a third-party studio making Final Fantasy VII characters in 6-inch form, we will never get the full roster within a short period of time. That boils down to my next point: completeness of characters in the same product line. Square Enix has shown that they have the willingness and intention to release all the characters in the series so long as the product sells well. In this case, they have already released some of the core characters in the Final Fantasy VII franchise, which are Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Barret, and Sephiroth. And that's not all. They also announced that they will be releasing Yuffie, Vincent, Kate Sith, and Sid. What this indicates is that we, as consumers, are finally able to own the whole Final Fantasy VII core members in the same scale in our collection. That itself is worth me being excited for this line. Which line ever allowed us to be indulged in such privilege? My apologies for gushing here, but man, am I happy that we finally are able to get the whole core characters of Final Fantasy VII in traditional Final Fantasy art style in figure form at 6-inch scale. Lastly, which is pretty obvious, they are in 6-inch scale, which means they blend in pretty well with other lines such as Figma and SHF, which also indicates that Cloud and Sephiroth are the definitive options for collectors looking to complete the Smash roster in their action figure collection. Lastly, to end this video, I would like to share with you guys about how I turned my Bring Arts Sephiroth from my least favorite to immediately my favorite figure in my collection. But first, let me introduce you to my secret weapon, Model Glue Pen. It works like wonders when I dip a bit of glue from the pen to the joints that are loose. The idea of it is that it creates a layer of clear coating when it's dried up and thicken the joint pack to create more friction, and then it will tighten up the joints, like the super glue method or nail polish method. But the main difference is that the glue in this pen is removable, and by simply using your nails, you can scratch off the clear coating, which reduces the risk of damaging the joints on your figure. Anyhow, that's all I have for you guys. Hope you have enjoyed what you've seen. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification button so you won't miss out on any future contents. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.